Hey y'all, I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Alyssa.
We're your buttons babes, and this week we are going to be pushing that growth button. So, we made it. We're in 2022. That fucking 2021 is over. It's wild, it's crazy.
Holy shit.
It feels like 2020 and 2021 was one whole, like, I feel like it's been a...
It was the same panini.
The longest, shortest, like, panini ever. Anyway, and so Alyssa and I wanted to go over, like, the growth that, you know, you experienced through a year, like the good, the bad,
the last
the ugly,
2 years, whichever.
The last 2 years, because for me, like, I had to sit with it for a moment because, oddly enough, and I'm still processing why, it feels like nothing. It feels like nothing has happened. Like, and that we have all been standing still, figuring it out, but
we've had some growth.
Yes. In that, I forgot that, no, bitch, you have grown. Like, we're getting shit done.
We have a company.
We
have a company at the very bare minimumist.
Cranking out great content and, like, short films and series. And I'm like, oh, that's right. And as a reminder for myself and to Alyssa and to all of you is to remember to count your wins and to look at the growth that you have had, even when it feels like nothing. Like, if, like,
we've all been sitting on our goddamn couch eating chips.
Yeah, and that's okay. Like, whatever you're fucking,
as long as they're not Frito-Lay,
we're still boycotting them. And apparently and Kellogg.
Yeah.
Just whatever your pandemic, isolation, quarantine was, I feel like even in that nothingness, there was something, and we forget that.
Yeah.
Like, we forget to count the wins because
it's hard to...
It's not what we thought it would look like.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh!
The unrecognizable wins are, like, so significant and, like, so numerous, but, like, so...
Yep.
What?
Like, you forget. I'm like, oh, wait a minute. And majority of the time, like, it's other people, thankfully, like, in our close group of friends that are reminding me and us to remember all of the great great things that have happened, like, to not sell yourself and, like, count yourself short, like even just little things. Like, sometimes I forget, like, yo, bitch, you got a call back, or you know, you took this class when you didn't want to. Like, you're continuing to...
You've taken a lot of classes that you didn't necessarily want to because, I'll be like, great, you want to go? Oh, you have a class? Do you still want to... Oh, you're going to take the class? Good for you. Good for you.
Like, it's... or even just, like, getting up to work out. Sometimes, like, if you guys have...
There was a good year that I was not physically doing shit.
Moving your body is just so important, and I don't know, like, you guys have seen the episode of The Malaise. Like, sometimes, like, just getting out of bed and
that's an accomplishment,
like, getting out of the room is an accomplishment some days.
Showering can be an accomplishment.
Yes, and that is okay. It's a fucking win. We're all in this together, as everyone has been saying. But, like, in terms of the growth this year, I totally forget to look. We've got...
You, I believe, became extremely fiscally responsible and, like, paid off a lot of things that I've like, now I'm like, what was I doing when you were doing that? Why didn't I grow there?
Companies were quick to do, like, are they settlements or deals or whatever. I paid off a lot of debt. Thank you,
Shout out to everyone who paid off debt. Good for you.
I forget. My credit score has, like, jumped 100 points, and I'm like, oh, yes, adulting.
That's a big fucking...
Yes, it is. And I fucking... And I'm super grateful. Like, there is this aftermath of all of that makes it feel like it's nothing. But like shout out to you and if y'all don't know, Phil Flock and Infant Cinema, we work together on a lot of our projects, and he is constantly reminding myself and Alyssa of like, yo, you're doing fucking great. And I'm like, what? We are?
Go on.
Yes, excuse me. He's like, hello, we shot, we've got to talk. Like, we're on season 2. You have, like, you ladies have done, oh my God, what do we, what's her name? Like,
Got some short films.
yeah, we've got a short film that we cranked out and is entering the film festival circuit with JR Vision Films. If you guys haven't checked out JR Vision Films, you should. Jesse's amazing, and
He's all right. He's all right.
And we have, this is the second time that I've worked with him as an actor, but the first time that Alyssa and I together have worked with him on a short film. So stay tuned for that, because great things are happening. And yo, we're just cranking through with some things. And I'm like, oh, okay, yes.
It's a lot to like, yeah, looking back at like when it feels like nothing was done, to see like, oh, actually this was done at this time frame. This was done in this time frame. This was done in this time frame. And like, you know, that like,
yeah, we made a YouTube channel. Yo, y'all, we have a YouTube channel.
Out here.
Thank you. Like, freaking A. Like, we're out here, we're getting it done. And it's a lot of work. If y'all don't know, it's a lot of work.
Not everyone feels like, my biggest growth is being able to be on camera.
Yes.
Honestly,
yo,
like,
y'all seen our beginning videos. We have grown. Alyssa had, yes.
I'm no longer like dripping in sweat and like bright red in the face, like staring at the camera or staring not at the camera.
Yo, if y'all didn't know, like, Alyssa's hardcore, our behind the scenes babe. Like, she's like, nah, bitch, I'm like, I need you. No, come on. So that's a big deal.
Big growth for me.
Yes, and you're doing great.
Thank you.
And it just, what did I see the other day? I think I saved it. In terms of like when you're feeling this way, if you ever need a boost of like, oh, I am that bitch, or I am that person, like I'm doing the damn thing. Anytime you get a shout out or someone that sends you a text message, you know. What was it? I'm gonna have to find it. Like, you save it on your desktop,
save
like,
it. Yes, I think
so that you
sent
can
that
go
to me.
back through them. To know that you're okay. It does not feel like it, but I did a good job. I'm making a difference. And for everyone out there that sends like Alyssa and I those personal messages, whether it's DM or in the comments. We've gotten emails. We got our first donation the other day, Sir Music. I hope I'm saying that right. Thank you so much. Like, those little personal messages go a long way and make a difference.
They go so far. So far.
Yes. Every so often I'm like, okay. Like, Alyssa will screenshot them and like send them to me, and she's like, yo, bitch, like, we're doing it. Like, okay. Even if it's just one person. And we're really big on, like, if you see something, say something on so many levels. Like, you don't know the effect that you're going to have on someone's day by paying them a compliment or, like, holding the door for someone. Like, those little things in terms of just what it means to someone, you don't know.
I think, especially after the, like, last 2 years of, like, being in bubbles of like people, and like it's like, okay, well, yeah, making eye contact still sometimes, like, I'm like, please don't talk to me, like, I'm not prepared for this, but like, just like
the eyeballs down,
just to like eyeball smile, and like that's it. Like, that can definitely.
I had a gentleman. I was going into 7-Eleven on my way home one day to pick up. There's a whole story to pick up. I saw a homeless guy on the side, like on the street, and like I see him just about every day on my way to work out, and he has a sign. More than anything, he just wants art supplies. Like, he paints and stuff, or like money donations. He's like, or like food or clean water would be nice. And I got super in my feels and like went to 7-Eleven. And got him like some water or some pizza and whatever. But on my way in, a gentleman held the door for me, and I said, thank you. And he goes, thank you for saying thank you. to me, it's common sense, but I don't know if you know, there are a lot of people in this area or just in general who take it for granted, and I appreciate you like taking the time to look me in the eye and say thank you for holding the door for me. And I was like, you're welcome. Like, he's like, no, like it may seem silly, but like reinforces for me that chivalry isn't dead, or just manners and
humanity.
Humanity, being a decent human being isn't dead. Like, and you,
it does feel dead.
yes, like, and you appreciate this being done for you. He's like, I didn't have to hold the door for you, but like you're young lady, and like it's in my upbringing, and so I'm glad that it's still in your upbringing to say thank you, please. Like, I can tell, like, you've got home training, you've got manners. And I was like, yeah, you know what? Yes, you're welcome. Thank you. And it was a weird but nice interaction. And I don't know how that relates to growth, but I was like...
for me, like, I think, like, it does feel a little bit more important now to emphasize that, like, and to be, like, a little bit more overly communicative in the most basic sense, because, like, for sure 2 years ago, hold the fucking door. Like, hello? I'm a lady. You know, like, in the rush of, like, regular life, I think it would be easy to also, like, kind of be like, okay, sure, kindly F off.
Right?
Like, you know
Why
what
are
I
you
mean?
trying to talk to me? Like,
But, like, now it's like, okay, like, a growth I think that many people have is like now like stopping to listen, to let someone speak their piece, and the growth is like, okay, just
and let it be what
you
it
needed
is.
to get that out, like, great, I'm gonna go on my way, you go on your way, and like,
and that's it.
Yeah.
And it was super nice to experience. So y'all, it's been a rough one, and I have a feeling we will recircle this button, because there's in so many ways like that I know that we have grown, like emotionally, mentally, like all of the things. But it's so important to take a little bit of time and like reflect back on
where you were, where you are.
Yep, and be like, okay, like we're still moving forward. And sometimes it's not pleasant, but sometimes you either have to sit still or like take a step back in order to move forward. So that's okay too. Like, we're very much so in a space in the society, in the world right now, where like that overworking, or like that constant like go
on the run, the hustle and bustle, the like, you know,
it's so, what's the word?
Always on.
It's so romanticized, and
it sucks.
It'll slowly kill you. I mean, we're all slowly dying, but like, there's an element of it that is not healthy, and like,
so many people are burnt out that like you don't. I think for a hot minute it was like, in the entrepreneurial space, like, yes, you want to get to the point of burnout, like you want to max out, like, you know, at the gym.
You can sleep when you're dead, like like you're not where you want to be, because some of y'all like sleep too much. Like, who, like, no shade, love Eric Thomas, like, in his motivational speeches and stuff like that. But like sometimes I'm like, but I need sleep.
I need it. I'm for all of this to work, to do the things that need to be happening, like. Yeah.
I remember when I used to run off of 4 hours of sleep in college and stuff. I'm like, yo, bitch, like, were you really as productive? Like, anyway, again, another button.
New button.
So many. But yes, y'all, count your wins and
drop them below. Share us.
Yes.
Share where you think you've grown, where you'd like to grow. If you prefer to like manifest the growth that way.
Yep. And also, don't forget to like, we just talked about commenting and subscribe. We'll catch you next time. Bye.